For years, the truth was hidden. People from other times, other worlds, heroes. But now we know. They're among us.
What does SHIELD stand for?
Hey guys, welcome to my vlog. I literally just got back to Adelaide last night at around 7 PM. It was a very long trip, but I had a really wicked time at Armageddon in Melbourne. This is the second con that I've been to in Melbourne. I've been to quite a few cons now here in Adelaide, and I've got to say this is definitely one of the best cons I've ever gone to. It was a lot of fun. I've got a lot to talk about, so we'll just get to it. So the first thing I can talk about is getting in was no problem. We arrived fairly early in the morning, and I was wearing a Doctor Strange costume that I had literally finished up to the last minute before I actually left for Melbourne. A friend of mine made it for me. Took a few weeks to make, so here's a part of it. So here's the collar. The cape actually attaches to the centerpiece here, and the cape will flow around the back. And those stockings that I wore were spray painted to a darker colour. It was a little bit difficult to wear, a bit of a costume malfunction with that one because I got a couple of holes at the bottom of it. I'd probably need to get a bigger size next time. It wasn't that uncomfortable, it's just that after it was spray painted it sort of seemed like it shrunk a little bit. So I probably will improve on that, do an improvement on that. That's going to change. I'm going to be wearing this costume again for Supernova, which is happening in about 3-4 weeks. So anyway, I will get to the guests in a moment, but here's some more pictures of the Doctor Strange costume I wore with a few other cosplayers. So here's a few photos of my Doctor Strange costume. Now, walking around with this costume, I got a lot of compliments from a lot of people. I've been stopped for a lot of photos for other cosplays I've done before, but I don't think I've had so much positive feedback on a costume in ever, to be honest. And I really do thank my friend that did make this for me. She did a brilliant job, and I'm looking forward to wearing this costume again. Here's a few photos with me with some cosplayers, but here's a few photos with my friend Dylan. He was dressed up as Gollum one day and Ace Ventura the second day. And we had a really great time with the group of friends that I was with. Him dressed up as Ace Ventura the second day was a big crack up for me and everyone else that hung out with him that day. Here's a few clips of him mucking around at Armageddon. Take a look at this.
Excuse me! I would like to ask you a few questions. Do you have an aspirin?
Yes, I do, indeed.
Why, thank you. Do you have a mint?
Yes, do you want it?
Now on Saturday I got to meet Billy Boyd from Lord of the Rings, Pippin. He was my favourite hobbit and I really enjoyed talking to that guy. I got a few pictures signed. So here's the autographs I got from Billy Boyd. He was such a nice guy. He complimented my Doctor Strange costume, saying I really like whatever you are, and I told him I was Doctor Strange, and he started laughing and I started laughing, and my mustache literally almost fell off by me laughing so hard. But you know, he's a really funny guy, and I let him know that Dom Monaghan is actually coming to Supernova, and he said please give him my love, and you know, they're still really good friends to this day. And that photo there of Dom Monaghan and Billy Boyd, that's what I'll be getting him to sign, so that'll be a great addition to my collection there. I got to see him again the following day for a photo, but I will just explain to you something that I didn't know first. Now, at this convention, you actually could have either purchased the tokens online for both days, or on the Saturday you could have purchased the tokens for both days, you know, if you wanted to. And I actually did not know that. I haven't seen that done in any other cons before, except Supernova. You can purchase the tokens on open nights, like at the Friday night when they opened the con up. But, you know, if I knew that, I probably would have purchased them all on Saturday. But the fact that a lot of people did do that when I rocked up on Sunday, the line actually wasn't that long. The Saturday line was fairly long. I was in that line for about half an hour. But, you know, Sunday I zipped through it really quickly. So I was really, really impressed by that. You know, I didn't know till after the fact, but, you know, I just thought it was a very impressive thing that, you know, none of the cons have actually done something like that with the tokens before, and I really wish a lot of them would. So I just got to say that the staff that prepared it were very, very polite. They were very nice. You know, they gave compliments about the costumes when we actually got up to the counter. I really like to say that it was a very pleasant experience purchasing tokens to get ready to meet the guests. So any of the staff that are watching this, I'd really like you guys to give yourself a pat on the back. You guys did a good job. Now here are the photographs I got. I got to meet Tamora Morrison, and I got to meet Billy Boyd. So have a look at these photos.
So here's my photo with Tamora Morrison. So when I met him, I said to him, thank you for entertaining me when I was in my teens, because I really enjoyed Jango Fett as a character in the prequel Star Wars trilogy. And he posed with me because I was holding a gun, and it was a pretty funny moment just for the photo's sake. So I told him I'd shoot Mace Windu in the face if I saw him, and he said, you definitely do that. But yeah, he was a really, really nice guy. And here's my photo with Billy Boyd. Well, I actually got two of them, and the next photo I'll explain what I did and why I got two. And that's the reason. I wanted to do something very funny for this photo. I've done some different kind of ideas for photos with guests that I've made before, but I'm really, really proud of this one. Holding this speech bubble is definitely something I really wanted to do for this picture, and he was a good sport about it, so I really am thankful that he did that for me.
And I'm looking very forward to meeting Dominic Monaghan next month for Supernova, so that'll be coming up, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Now I'm going to be talking to you about some of the costumes that I particularly like. There was a lot of great costumes there. Melbourne Cosplayers, you guys know how to pull a lot of stuff off. So I'll talk to you about a few male costumes, a few of the female costumes, and a couple of group costumes that I liked. So let's get to that.
So starting with the male costumes that I liked, here is a picture of me with Majin Buu, Super Buu from Dragon Ball Z. I have never seen a Majin Buu cosplay until this guy here that day. It was really good. I always enjoy me bumping into people that have dressed up as Dragon Ball Z villains, because I don't see very many of them. Me dressing up as Frieza at AvCon last month was a lot of fun, and this guy was brilliant. He even did Majin Buu's voice really well. So the second costume that I really enjoyed was this guy's here. This is the Defenders version of Doctor Strange. This one here is just a picture of me and him joining forces, and I've also got a photo of the group that he had with Valkyrie and Ant-Man. It was definitely a lot of fun getting a photo with these guys. I got a photo with them both days with the SHIELD agents, so it's definitely something I like doing all these cons, get as many photos with Marvel characters as I can. It was a lot of fun. So now I'll be talking about the female costumes that I liked. Two of them particularly I liked. This is one of them. This is Lust from Full Metal Alchemist. She's a very, very interesting character. I'm still haven't even finished watching the Full Metal Alchemist series, but I definitely will be getting to that. So I'd just like to say I thought it was one of the best female cosplays I've ever seen at any con. It was absolutely brilliant. The second female costume that I really liked was this one, Power Girl. Now, I haven't seen very many Power Girl costumes before at any cons, but when I have seen them, no one's bothered to wear the wig, or even the correct wig, but I thought this girl pulled it off really well, and I thought her costume looked really, really amazing. And she was with this group of people that I will talk about. My favourite group that I liked was definitely this group called the MCG, which stands for Melbourne Costume Group. These girls also entered the cosplay competition, and it was a lot of fun watching them perform. It was a lot of fun, and I hope to see these girls again at another convention. They were really funny fun people to hang out with. We definitely got to a lot of fun photos with them, Dylan and I, and it was a good laugh for everybody. I really, really enjoyed meeting them.
So there you go. Now there's something else that I really, really liked that has not been done at other cons, but I've definitely seen this in YouTube videos in comic book conventions that they have in America. At Billy Boyd's panel, normally at other cons that I've gone to, somebody would actually walk around with a microphone and you have to put your hand up and get them to come to you and ask you a question. Sometimes at a panel there's not enough time to get to all the questions, so what they did at this convention is that they actually had a microphone somewhere in the room, and you would actually walk up and you would ask your question. So that's exactly what I did. I went up and asked a question. Billy Boyd, once again, he didn't know what cosplayer I was, and he didn't know which character I was. But you know, it was a good laugh. I asked him a question about one of the scenes from the Lord of the Rings movies. It was that scene where they had to shoot the Grey Havens over and over again. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you should watch the extended version of The Return of the King, the behind the scenes stuff, and it's a very funny story. But afterwards, when I was walking away, he was like, "Thank you, Emperor," and he's like bowing down to me, and he's like, "I don't even know who that is." But you know, the fact that that they organised the panel that way, asking questions, and you know, for you to feel free to actually go up and ask, I think it actually zipped through a lot of people that wanted to talk to them. You know, I've been to so many of these panels where, you know, people still have their hand up at the end of the convention. They just don't have enough time to ask any questions. And, you know, to have it done that way, I think, is a more proper way of doing it. You know, so I can't really speak for the other conventions whether or not they should do that, but if they would, it would be a lot easier. But, you know, that's another story for another day if they ever decide to do that. But I think it would be a perfect thing to have at every convention. But anyway, Armageddon in Melbourne, I definitely got to say, it's definitely one of the most fun times I've ever had. It was excellent, and I wouldn't regret it for a second. I definitely will be coming back next year, and probably other conventions to come in Melbourne I probably will be going to. If you have any comments about the convention, I'm very interested to know your thoughts of it. Please leave a comment below, and I'll go see you guys at Supernova. Catch you later.